Everyone, it's Small King Clark. I'm back with Danganronpa. We are currently on the investigation and the class trial part 3. I do have to say so that I most likely have to redo Resident Evil 4 Remake because it seems like YouTube went glitchy and just erased it. Erased it like some of the videos. So I had to redo that one. I also had to recheck on Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2 is not showing up on YouTube. So I most likely had to remake Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil 4. I'm excited for 4 remake, but I'm not so excited about Silent Hill 2 because that shit scares the shit out of me. Without further ado, let's start the investigation. Oh, wait, before I do that. Okay. Yes. I don't think the investigation started, but well, she just passed out when she saw the blood. Oh, that's why. Then Tucker is Tucker. She has a fear of blood. We tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. What kind of game is this? Oh, it's Danganronpa. It's a murder solving game. It's mostly a point and click. And I do enjoy the class trial. Definitely the theme Hope versus Despair. Oh, what kind of gym is this? I'm sorry, that's a game. Oh my gosh. I'm trying. So since my recovery, I gained 8 pounds, but I lost body fat but gained muscle mass in a weird way. So, but I'm still training at the gym. Oh, the game? Yeah, that's Sakura. The character name, yeah. Her name is Sakura. She's the ultimate martial artist. Damn it, why did this happen? Yeah. Sakura Ogami. Let me see. Let's see, Sakura. Yeah. 6'4", 218 pounds. Special ability, she's the ultimate martial artist. Oh, she's big, but she's actually a really nice character. Very nice character. I enjoy the character. Definitely in the anime. Yeah.
However,
He's 6'4", I know. But why is it just a hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with just a hammer 1. Then Hifumi was hit with just a hammer 2. But this time it's just a hammer 4. What happened to number 3? Ah,
what?
what's the matter? Well, when you mentioned just a hammer 3, you just reminded me. Out of breath, do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too.
What? Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. Then we better go check it out.
Damn.
Of course, come on. I love the storyline of Danganronpa. Definitely the murder solving part. Oh. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out of the physics lab. Definitely the class trial is what I love the most. Then as soon as we were out of the physics lab, Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Ifumi is dead, right?
Indeed.
Well, that's not at all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi body has disappeared. What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about? It disappeared. Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious? What the heck is happening here?
Hey!
Everyone, back to the nurse office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse office, completely out of breath. I can't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It's just disappeared. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back, this must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be.
Hina.
Hina, calm down. You're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room.
Well,
We left her at the scene of the crime. We didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up. Hi, princess.
huh?
So she is still unconscious? Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me whenever I go. We better off-route her.
Bastard!
You bastard. Calm down, you forgot about her, didn't you? You have nobody to blame you. Everyone stop fighting. Right now we need to hurry back.
Huh?
Oop, I forgot something. I'll be right back. so sorry. Totally forgot I had my clothes that I need to put in the dryer. Let's continue. I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn.
Ryaka, if something happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed, and when we got there, Toko, thank God you're okay, but right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, has disappeared. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What are you saying? Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappear. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden a body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our constant suspect is clearly continuing his plans. We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well...
When Hifumi's death card went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hirio and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi from when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love? That's not it at all.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, yes, I do expect Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule, I minced you well, second thought. Minced you, grind you, turn you into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish, like shrimp or crabs? Indeed.
Let's see.
So since 2 people have been killed, there's no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd better off without her though.
In other words...
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one with an alibi, the only one who'd have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where does she go?
What?
Hey Makoto, what's the matter? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever, we need to find those bodies, or our little narrative here can't move forward.
So then...
Well, then let us split up and begin searching.
But...
There's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
Cause, I mean...
I know that. I mean, I think I do, but
Hina.
if you're still nervous, I can come with you.
Huh?
Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Byakuya left the equipment room followed by the others. I have to try and find the 2 missing bodies. Huh? The door must be locked.
Huh?
Where could the 2 dead bodies be?
Damn.
We need to search for bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Actually, did I talk to Toko? Makoto, why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean?
Indeed.
I found them. Hirofumi's and Taka bodies have both been hidden in the repository. I already told Hinosaka to go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository. Where's the repository? Are the bodies here somewhere? Up ahead is the repository, the door knob turned. I guess it's unlocked, then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw the two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
So here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next monochrome. I was gonna hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is
Now make
waiting
sure
for
to
you.
investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Well then, now that we found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit. Hold on, how can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know.
That's terrible!
Dead, gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clenched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. This wasn't.
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming? Hifumi! Wake up! Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak. Come on, you gotta wake up! I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet. Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina tears splashed his face, there's no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bone. At least you have your mute.
Stop talking.
You're just angry, going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become insanely boring. You said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Kagekuru? That's the only person he could have been referring
So
to.
in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people, even killing Taka and Fumi, and going so far as to hide their body, a criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden handers. Is that what Hero is?
What is this?
If it is true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill 2 of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. You have to go do this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go do with this to make sure everyone's alive. I just have to do it. Yes, okay. First I better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened in the Monokuma file pit anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Well, doubt. She has an alibi from when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting right? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma appears!
Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, 2 people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would upset the free exchange information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might insist in the murder. Only one blacking can graduate, and conflict gets nothing.
So in other words...
Then we only need to figure out who that one blacking is that did the killing, right? Just like the
well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
frame!
the one true blacking who divides the murder part and put it into action. The true blacking. So just one
Well
person?
now,
That's enough for explaining the fighting. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blacking. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blacking, an accomplice with a benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko will be connected to this case. After all, you may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
However...
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
indeed.
I absolutely know that the hero is responsible, but for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider searching someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended. You, when did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
SOB!
Anyway, you there, milk sack swimming girl.
Huh?
Milk
You
sack?
gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard her Fumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move her Fumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the Mary Scheme for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On the other topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then.
Hina, I can handle that. You don't mind. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'll be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear.
And that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi. So figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's gonna be as straightforward as it seems. There are hammers of different sizes hanging on the wall, though some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justin hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have already seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer. Taka, he never moved again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. He found just this hammer floor near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a top laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Ifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse office. Oh wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse office versus his body right now. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? No. Okay. It's a doll, it doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move such around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh, but wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the doll that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? There are many aspects to this incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that it may be good to look back on everything.
So then.
Would you like my help? Yes. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up. So we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, and they quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Rebel Justice. It also became clear that this Rebel Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toka and Byakuya, we began searching for the costume assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse office on the 1st floor and then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claim, we went back up to the second floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the third floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the third floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs, it must have been. Hifumi, he's in the nurse office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse office. Meanwhile, me and Byakuya and Toko pursued the suspect on the third floor. And when we got back to the nurse office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the third floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at that same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. Which means Hifumi and Taka bodies were discovered right around the same time, because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement playing right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya had all headed back to the nurse office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time, Taka's body had disappeared, so from there we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered the two bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Byakuya, do you think Kira really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearance all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died, yeah, he said
So
Kira's
in other words...
So there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no. There are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easy, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why did they bother killing two people? What? Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues, more chances you get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if you're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he figured something out. And if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was?
So,
Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository, huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the repository, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I probably had to leave this area to figure it out. To the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside of this repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository. It makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies, and the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claimed that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that's certain someone... there's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's a place I already know about. First the nurse office where Hifumi was at, then the equipment where Taka was at. Just as time before, the weapon that was used to kill Taka, the body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. There's a good tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on it. Could that blood have come from here? Here. Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the third floor, so that should definitely have been possible. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi probably was in the nurse office on the first floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the third floor. That's still a total mystery. Huh? This tart? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and then just recently too. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Yeah, that's it. Oh, let's go to the first floor. Okay. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I'm drinking, I'm totally packed. Let me just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. Why are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding someone. What about you? Oh, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body. How Fumi was moving her. When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. It could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi only a couple of minutes is... Can't think of it as anything less than impossible. It's just a normal trash can. Oh wait, there's something inside. It's just all too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. It's got some kind of cartoon character in it. Oh, but it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Oh, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
Cleaning cloth? It's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either. But I think it might be important. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting. You should go to Hero's room, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the permission was pretty remarkable, so it left an
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow even more exciting. What are you talking about? I already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. So he said go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Hero's room is over there, okay. Door is unlocked? I guess I could go inside. Ryaka did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where did he get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and something's made out of it. It looks like cardboard, plastic and plastic. Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room? But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. So we checked the bathroom. There's something in there. It's pretty grudgy though. How does a bathroom even get this dirty? Look out! Big news, big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's here wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. To think Hiro and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, as I head to the pool, I ran off to the second floor as fast as I could. Kyoko and you may have had the worst day. Hiro? Hiro? Yeah, who else would I be? That's a good question. What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati?
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jamming into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me. Could have been a little more gentle about it, like, don't know, caress my face or something?
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Well, I have no idea. One second I was asleep, don't really know how that happened when I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care, do something about the costume and pacing me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? Hi, space. No soy puta.
You got it all
I didn't make the stupid freaking thing.
It would seem...
There's a class on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Phew, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a second.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious that everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking
That's
you
terrible!
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else.
What?
Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far. It's been okay. I'm still doing the investigation part and it's the class trial. But I think I have to redo Resident Evil 4 Remake and Silent Hill F because it looks like YouTube glitched and some of the videos disappeared. So I most likely have to remake that or re-scene it again.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them.
Please.
What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly costume attacking? You could try replaying it, but be more entertaining. Yeah, I'm not gonna be very happy replaying Silent Hill 2. Because it looks some of the videos were glitchy, like some are like gone on YouTube. And Silent Hill 2 is scary. So I'm gonna be very scared. But at least I have a ring light and a better camera. So it's gonna look better. But still, I don't want to play the Silent Hill games again. Shut up, Space. So who else could possibly be the costume attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me. Ha ha ha! I will.
Okay.
I will make you. Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the robo-dressing costume.
Huh. See?
Oh.
Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
Yeah, Space. Oh.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then. Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second!
See, I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly. Then there's another costume. There must have one that looks the same, but still.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Here's the only one without an alibi. During the whole thing, lady.
That's terrible!
Which is why we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Can someone, like, tell me? Robo just a costume. She looks like she lost some thought. I don't think she's in the time. I better leave her alone. There's a big blocker.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What's your character name? Is it Makoto? Yeah, Makoto. He's the ultimate lucky person. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then,
You may as well tell us then. Just like P3. Yep. Taka and Fumi were fighting over Alter Ego,
I'm at
right?
least 30%
Which
right.
means Alter Ego and / or Chihiro must have done it.
correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Huh? Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so
Ah, I know. That no. Last
Um.
night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe you can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room. Then for some reason, I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So,
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse office did have chemicals that could do that. What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape? Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure.
Please.
The killer sounds like it'd be Bill Cosby. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you'd be interested in who's the killer is this one. I like the next class trial because it's more, the next class trial is more like a murder in a closed room. How could it happen? How did the murder happen in the closed room? That's the next class trial. Please, you gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. You know what, Space? As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck, for serious? Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us here. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally good, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't been bound and gagged you. If you had time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? You're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet, don't fail me now. I guess I better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the
It would
investigation.
seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses. You can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
What do you mean, Louis? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway,
We have to hurry before the clash trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Oh, wait. Nope. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka without hesitation to begin poking and prodding the body.
I knew it.
And Monokuma was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been stuck with just the hammer before, which was laying on the floor in the cup. There's a tarp laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move Taka's fire. The way wouldn't leave any glistening as it was moving.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You
Hey.
did. You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? You did. Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch.
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most like it broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. But if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after
that's
6.
right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you, how long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it could have been broken at 6 p.m., meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something right in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of
Hey.
paper. Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Fumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Fumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own. This soundtrack is banging. This soundtrack is like a mix of Midtown Madness and Sin City 4. Oh, you will love the soundtrack for the class trial. I love the soundtrack of the class trial. Oh, so good. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse office. But when we found his body in the nurse office, his glasses were covered in blood. Now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wipes his glasses clean? But who would do that? And why? So did you find anything? I did, more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper.
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he hid it on purpose, you see. In his pants. Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. Go up to go. Good luck with the scene. Thank you, Space. Good luck with work. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it's better be in Florida for me, or I never forgive you for this. A note. I found a home maybe we can use to escape. Well, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the print room at 6 a.m.
So
that sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However,
although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door. I know you need. Okay. And here's what it said. I found a home maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. This time, the time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been turned off, but I think there's likely some meaning. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully. Why would it have been clutching that spread of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? How would someone important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Hey.
While we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their ebooks on them. So the handbooks had nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. Somebody said, okay, Space. Not that there was any blah blah. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention that. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murder. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand, but if you carefully think to the point, I'd better keep it in mind. Oh, class trial? I thought there was more. Okay.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. I'm gonna say, cause I will probably lose. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there,
Monokuma appears!
hello, hello, hello. He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks like that way because of illusion. I'm moving so fast, it only looks like a multiply. Hehehe. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
We're
tough
not playing
crowd.
along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if it's everyone's here and ready to go, please board the train elevator. I see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. What the heck? You never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sin.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the one? Oh, well, no, but how unfortunate. It would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Tai get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. I'm the one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is someone right here. Took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. Began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the door closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The clanking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Lord. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop grouping around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed cross trial after this commercial break. I'll never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again, and a deadly judgment, a deadly deception, and a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. I need to get that wallpaper. Increase the influence gauge by 5, affected during the class trial. Oh. I don't have enough SP. Oh. True bullets. I don't have many evidence. Huh. I think we're ready. Let me take a little drink and then...
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the result. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hero really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Yeah, so Hero's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
I mean, look at the blueprints. That handwriting was awful messy. If I remember right, Hero's handwriting.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
No, that's wrong. Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero's innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course, he passed it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit, is Hero.
I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense! You just said Hero didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption! And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The thing that was used to move Taka's body, they must have been the dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The thing that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been the blue tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the doll. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the doll.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to him why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository, a new element has been added to bulletin bar. Oh gosh, yes. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add more ingredients to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath the temple market, you see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more states, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the square button. Just like locking on, you have to press the square button in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the square button now has a bunch along with the X and triangle buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of reload time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun!
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. I cannot agree!
This should prove it!
Like a bitch?
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, so Celeste really hate me that
Well,
much?
anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah! The subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it! Cause if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'd be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
Oh, you're stupid, Yasuhiro. The dolly doesn't have any handles, so to push it, you have to be able to bend over. But would anyone wearing that suit have been able to actually stoop down like that?
As we know,
Taka was banned from there.
Yeah, the cop then loaded it onto the dolly.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly...
Well, yeah. All you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong! You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
No, because it has latches on it.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's actually no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because you can't take it off by yourself. Yep.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a class on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help out.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Yeah.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so you headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
Yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Yes. Sorry, I got a message. Yeah.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Yes.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Here it comes. Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, I got that right.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yeah.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Oh gosh. Hangman's Gambit. This. Watch. I need an A. Ah, there you are. Nope, nope. Watch. Then H.
Now I understand.
The Swiss watch.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night...
Hey, oh yeah, this is just repeating what he said.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those Justice Hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Yeah.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
I'm not gonna say that, it's just repeating.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Yeah, stupid head.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
She has a pattern.
Even if
though.
she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said...
Oh, we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Fumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Mm-hmm.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Broken wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the
Why would
nurse's
the broken
office,
wristwatch?
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with Hifumi's dead body
Had been found.
No, that's wrong!
Oh, I got that right. Okay.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man.
It did.
We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time we played was when we found each body in the nurse office and the equipment. And the second time was when just after Fury came back to life, when both bodies were rediscovered. It was when both bodies were rediscovered. It was that one.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Hifumi glasses. Ooh.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
When Hifumi's body was found in the nurse office and when it was found again in the repository, there's definitely some sort of conflict there.
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body just...
And the next time it was in...
But when you compare his body before...
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Yes, there is.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse office was this.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Idiot.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
No, it wasn't.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifumi himself.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Oh yeah. Good thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be? Should be this one.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole. Maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out. So don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scared. So, I can't let her get to me.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The
Yeah.
note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Yes, it does. The time on the note says 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up.
Huffy had the note, then the person it was must have been Huffy!
But remember, what time did it... 6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Nope.
No, that's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Yeah.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place, written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
And someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. This one.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Saburo were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi!
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
There was that hammer that was
The
wet.
Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
No.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi, the whole picture surrounding his case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. The spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers! And, that's about it.
Hifumi was killed in the repository, right? So if the weapon used to kill both of them were actually similar.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer? Maybe Justice Hammer?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to... How was the culprit able to move around so how did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
No,
Shoot!
What was used to...
Was it Justice? Maybe Justice Hammer?
Well, whatever it is, there's one thing. How was the culprit able to move around? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing seems pretty. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No, that's wrong! The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
yeah.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Yeah.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but...
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Damn it. Can you say there's no chance two people work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been,
Even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the
rule holds true. It is simply impossible.
That is how the rule...
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have, even if more than one person, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true.
It is... No, that's wrong!
Yeah.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that thought from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really one person who seems to fit. Nope, nope. 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 Nope.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brain, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Damn.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Encountering the suspicious alert, the screen. Encountering the suspicious individual.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumer. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was walking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been. Fumi, he's in the nurse office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse office. I will leave the catcher of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything! The whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah? I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but
I caught
looking
it.
back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this, enjoying the sight of us standing around fighting and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yeah, I just said the Celeste comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Monokuma file number 3.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What
Those
was so
guys.
strange about Celeste's comment?
Those guys. That's it, right? When she said that, she should only have known about Hifumi's death. With that in mind, let's listen to about what she said is...
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Fuck! Wasn't that? Fuck. I thought it was that one.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys. That is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I got it.
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Yeah.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Hifumi was carrying Hiro. Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, it was Hifumi carrying. The other possibility is Hifumi and the suit. No. Hifumi is dragging the suspect.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
No.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
So Leslie should can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect. But is that really possible? Global Justice Color Yasuhiro Global Justice Blueprints. The blueprints!
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
I think the blueprints.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
If I remember right, Hina said she said that she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and you tried to make me look
like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is if the person inside the suit was unconscious. There's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Damn it!
Shoot!
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Would it be
like
Robert
I
Justice?
said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
it's
it was the
wrong.
other way around.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Oh yeah. You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate? Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly! You want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
His dying message. Hey Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's why I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked
asked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Yeah, he's making it more
He
complicated.
did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
That's true.
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said for serious, he said people's last name.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
No. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Ooh, this is the e-book, the e-handbook, yep.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No, there
That's the
is.
only truth there is! Moron!
If I remember, there's something here that shows its owner's real name. I'm sure Kyoko mentioned something like that at some point. It may not be related to the case, but it might come in handy anyway.
Hifumi was trying to
He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? My name...
Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
Nope.
No, that's wrong! That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it out, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because... Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crime. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh gosh, there's just so many Justice Hammer. Why is the poster here? Okay, there's that. So... And then... that one was 1 o'clock, and then he there. It's the picture. Then at 3. And then it should be that. And then it should be this, maybe? And then oh, so would it be that one? Okay, so I did mess up. So this one. That doesn't make sense. So they got in the room and then it was him and he had... What would be in this one? Because it would be 3. This was 4. And then camera, and they get to the... So... Then he should leave then. That's the one where he's probably left. That's just a hammer 3 that he took, and then I think that's correct. I hope this is
the killer
right.
is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Ah! Don't tell me it was this one and this one.
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. that someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken.
That must have been Justice Hammer 2.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
yeah, it was the second one.
here's exactly what happened.
Okay, that's correct.
So, for these attacks, the first day, we...
Okay, ooh.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene, in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celestia Lundeberg.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
was the last time I was forced to utter such words. They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Damn, her voice sounds way different. Shut up, Space. This is a long class trial. It's gonna get longer for each class trial. There's like 1, 2, 3 more class trials I think are left.
Interesting.
Yay! Ha, ha, ha. Yay! Yay.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
She sounds so different. I like this voice better than the other voice. But, ooh, an interesting character is going to be in the class trial 6, the last one.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the Blackened?
Also, I can't wait to play Danganronpa V3 because I love the debate scrum minigame. The OST, the music from it is impeccable. I just love it.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okay, so in the first 2 games, you're not able to choose who's the Blackened. But in the 3rd game, they allow you the option to choose who's the killer. So you can really mess it up in that round. So you have to, that's why I like the 3rd game, because you can commit perjury. You could choose who's the Blackened. And the debate scrum, which they added in, and the Psych Taxi minigame. Like, I just love the soundtrack on V3, and the ending of V3 is quite astonishing too. To me, I enjoyed it because it's basically saying to the fans, "Hey, this is what you're doing, and this is how you guys are reacting to it." And it actually does bring into the aspect to our reality too. That's why I love V3, because there's so much nuance to it relating to our timeline, to our reality, and how we as a being want more of this. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lundenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
Alas, well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then, did you use, I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. So, the thing that puzzled me during this class trial, Makoto blatantly said about alter ego, but she and Kyoko are using her, so it doesn't give away that alter ego is there. So that's kind of one of the things that contradicts this class trial, because he just said that in front of Monokuma, and Monokuma should have picked it up like, oh, alter ego, what are you guys talking about? But that never happened in this one, so it's weird. For everyone who's still left, I avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego? Yes, you said it during the class trial, which...
Say what?
What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
That you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan we come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here? I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What? Are you okay with
It
this?
was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to him. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me. And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. That's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he got a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him. That sounds like something you made me do. What the fuck, Space?
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please, if you go now, you will be playing right into his hand.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target. What? Escape? You don't mean Taka is going to try to kill you. What?
Indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with this barbaric act? Absolutely not. How could I? She
I swear!
I had to save her.
Actually...
Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I had come up with a plan. Huh? I had a divisive way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful soul. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed well, second thought. The effect that Ida had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place. So, why you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it.
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well.
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay
That's
with this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that. Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. Of course he's stupid. Look at his hair. He looks like he spent his free time licking power outlets. What the fuck? I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along? But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you
Hmm.
talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we had to accept living here.
You little
Obviously,
bitch.
that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokoma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. This you or the game character talking about the castle? Face, that is not my dream. I don't want femboys, vampires, werewolves. So, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Oh, you asked me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. Knew it. You're furry. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unraveled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice then,
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Mary Antoinette.
Hey!
You just get executed again. Yeah. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. That weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills,
You're all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've
Now-
prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, Take care, everyone.
She would have been such a good survivor.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. The burning of the Versailles Witch. And then and she gets run over. Oof. That's horrible with the 1,000 whatever baseball hits. Could have died instantly. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny at one point I consider her a friend too. For him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't come free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I throw it in the trash and you just let me out of here.
Too bad!
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
Answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me, what did you do to my body? Ooh, oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, you better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going the wrong?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm going to go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. As the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation, when you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I believe in you. You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then
That's fine.
Fine, I tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes. So I waited for nighttime to come, and when I did it, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. In the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet. But could Kyoko really be right about this? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was away in the back of the storage closet, but I mean seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet and suddenly, as if I were being yanked there. Kashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet, huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door and I made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? It's just a normal desk. There's a bunch of files, but it looks like volume after volume of unit. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, and before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file. I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. That's this strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words. You must not leave. Did you find the back room? No. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? I... A strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf, huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone. What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I went, the more I felt things are getting blurred. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, I said for invested since I heard the sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound is coming from the gym. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside meanwhile only intensified that much more. Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Oh, the deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the Massimo Spine is Sakura? The Next Generation Legend, Stand Tall, Galactic Hero ends. Oh. Yay! So I'm gonna end it here. The next part is gonna be interesting because I think like the motive is just gonna really start off immediately the next day. You know what? Shut up, space. But until next time, thanks for anyone that joined. As I said before, I would have to repeat most likely Resident Evil 4 and Silent Hill 2 because I can't seem to find some of the videos on YouTube. Till next time, bye.